Connie, how does Divine Mother guidance and healing differ from various meditation techniques that are available?
So, if you're talking about a meditation, and most meditations endeavor to bring you into that place of infinite wholeness, that oneness. And I honor meditation. I, for years, have practiced meditation and still do. Going into that place of wholeness and oneness, that source of all life. What the Divine Mother Healing and Guidance programs do is they help you use what you've gained in that meditation to improve your life. Whenever somebody learns to meditate, they usually notice life improvements immediately, more calmness, more clear thinking, and all of those things. But what I've noticed is a lot of times what doesn't happen is the old habits, the habits of our self-criticism and the habits of our thinking are so deeply rooted that they haven't been cleared. And so even though we have a very deep experience of quietness and wholeness and even union with the divine, when we go into our activity, a lot of times we're behaving like we used to behave when we were stressed and believed ourselves to be separate from God. And in investigating that, and of course I investigated it in myself first, I found that there are habit patterns, energy habit patterns in our system that we fall back on. It's like we default to. And so we often do things, we're spiritual people, and then we find ourselves doing things that we can't believe we're actually doing or saying. And this is because of these habit patterns, and they're vibrational. They're like energetically encoded as a result of just repetition. When we thought we were separate from God and thought we weren't worthy in the eyes of God, we had lots of thoughts about that and behaviors and belief systems. And now that we realize that that isn't the truth, we often default back to those behaviors in our thinking and our emotions. And so one of the things that the Divine Mother Healing and Guidance heals, that's why I have this many healing prayers, is it unravels those structures which are very deep inside, way beyond our usual service conscious thinking mind, and just starts to energetically and vibrationally remove them, break them, dissolve them, melt them. And the way this happens is by this constant softening into the infinite through many different angles. I gave, excuse me, the example earlier of we soften through the heart, we soften through the brow, we soften through the crown. Many different ways of going into the infinite that are bringing that wholeness back into our lives in a very, from all different directions. And shifting the most subtle energy and even, I would even say, karmic patterns that we have been running in our life. Shifting them, breaking them, changing the energy so that we can no longer default into those programs because the programs are being dissolved. And that's really a lot of what the healing tools are doing, is on very subtle inner energetic levels, clearing those old programs. If you have a thought over and over again, I am no good, I am unworthy, I am bad, what happens vibrationally in your system is there's a pattern of energy that's created that is flowing in your system that believes that, or that even states that you live like that. So intellectually we can say no, we can attack it in a lot of different ways, but my approach is to go to the fundamentally mental energy of it, really at its source, and find where that energy has gotten skewed somewhere very deep that we're usually not aware of, and dismantle it. And so that's basically what all of these tools are doing. And there are advanced tools actually that I teach in my advanced courses that have a lot to do with the attention and the intention in the wholeness of awareness that very effectively dismantle these energy flows. Every presenting physical illness, I'm discovering, has a vibration at its source that is out of alignment with the health of our body, with the life force in our body. And so when there's a presenting physical problem, if we can find the vibration that's causing it at the depths and dismantle that vibration, just dissolve it, lift it, then the illness no longer can present on the surface. And that's the way we work in the Divine Mother Healing and Guidance. In my private sessions, I can be much more individual and go into very, the unique situations of each individual. And in the group sessions, we take group issues. Yesterday we had the class on healing insecurity and doubt, something that we all have. And we focused on those vibrations, those energies of insecurity and doubt at very deep levels of our system, to dismantle them, because they're unnecessary now that we know we're infinite. We know that we have this source, this solid stability, but from the habit of the past, the old doubts and fears are still fluctuating in most of us. And so we, as a group, went in and found those fluctuations. And I guide everyone. Even though it's individual, there's some general guidance that takes place. And then people have their individual experiences, and we address that so they know what to do. And dismantle the insecurity and doubt. So that when world events or even personal events occur, we can manage them from that place of safe feeling, not only feeling, but knowing we're safe and secure, and not have to deal with the old energies of fear, which just trip us up and prevent us from being as effective. So that's kind of that's the basis for this, is really working with everything on the level of the energy at its source. And then of course using the ultimate source to heal that subtle energy. That's why in all of these sessions we're always softening, we're always going into the infinite, we're always going deeper. Because it's from there, as we draw that into our life, that the dismantling of these vibratory misalignments occurs. But the difference is, I would say, is we're doing that with a lot of alertness, attention, and intention. We're really targeting the things. We're at a point in our lives now where we just want to get rid of these burdens, these habits that we're carrying, so that we can really enjoy life as a fully awake, fully whole, fully, you could say, enlightened person. And our physical system isn't holding us back. Our vibrational field isn't holding us back. So that's what we do in these classes. It's quite exciting.